Hey guys, Brett Stomps here with Windermere Real Estate and Gorge Realty Group right here in the Columbia River Gorge. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about well logs. Not only how to find them in Oregon and Washington, but why they're important. So let's just jump right into it by asking the questions, why do I want a well log? Why do I want to find it? So let me give you an example. Maybe you're a Zillow buyer or a Redfin buyer and you don't want to contact an agent. Well, this is a great way to find a well log without having to contact an agent. And I will say, as an agent, I will help you find a well log, but by no means am I an expert in wells. I'm just going to show you how to find the information and make the decisions that you want based on that information. I advise you to contact a well driller or someone who knows more about wells than I do, but I'm here just to share what I know, and you can take with it as you will. Another reason why you might want to find a well is, let's say you are a buyer, specifically, let's just say for land, or maybe there's a home on it. It doesn't really matter. But for the example, let's say you're looking to buy some dirt and there is not a well on it. And you're standing up there on the property like, wow, I really like this place, but I wonder what the wells are in the area. I wonder if they're any good. I wonder how deep they are. Because if I'm going to offer X on this property, I better save enough money to drill a well. And if that well is really deep, well, I don't know if I can offer as much as I think I want to offer. So we can pull out a well report and determine, well, okay, in this 4-block radius, the wells are performing like this in the area. And while that's no guarantee that the well that you are going to maybe drill in the future will be that deep and perform that well, pun sort of intended there, but it's something. We don't have any way to look into the ground, and maybe there's technology out there that I just don't know about it. Let me know if there is, because that'd be super cool. But let's also, just for example, say you're a seller and you want to know what your well is performing at. Maybe you don't know. Maybe it's been so long you just forgot. Well, you can find your well log online. I'll show you how to do it. I'm going to pull it up here in a second. And let's also say you're a seller and you're looking to provide a well log, right? And your agent's not doing it for whatever reason. Well, you can pull up a well log and you can then provide that to other agents looking and showing your property to other buyers. And that's just good information. If you have a rock solid well performing just awesomely, well, there you go. Share that. That's all value in your property. So let me share the screen and we will jump right on into it. Okay, let's start with the ecology.wa.gov website. This is where you're going to find well reports in the state of Washington, and this is the page you want to see. Go down to the very bottom where it says well reports, click that. I'm a visual type guy, so I'm going to select map search. I've had good luck with text search, but this just makes more sense for me. And let's go over to click a tab. Click a tab. All right, so let's just go over to High Prairie. I've been over there a lot lately. Okay, High Prairie. First things first I want to point out is you're going to see all of these little blue squares. Well, they're not accurate. They don't indicate the exact location of a well. The Oregon website's the exact same way. Don't trust it at all. It's a total ruse. But there are wells in this area, and that's what's important to know. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a section that's going to generate a well report for wells in the area. And I'm going to select this button up here that says Select Wells. And one thing that I want to point out is when you're selecting wells in an area, this is just common sense for me, but knowing the geography of the land, knowing that there's a big hill here and there's a canyon down here, I'm not going to be trying to overlap my search parameters in these two zones if I can help it. Ideally, I'm not trying to pull well logs at the top of this hill and down the ravine, mainly because I know that if there is an aquifer beneath the surface of all of this, probably from the hill, you're probably drilling through the hill in some cases to get down to that aquifer for your well, and you already know you might be drilling really far to get to that. Not always the case. Again, I can't tell you what's underneath the ground or not. I lost my crystal ball a long time ago. I need like a mega, like, I don't know. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and select the wells. I know this land here is kind of a slightly gently sloped northward facing landscape, so I'm just gonna select these two. I'll probably get more, but I'm kind of gonna select everything on this little kind of horizontal strip here. So they should all be relatively the same height, and I'm not doing that just to like change the data, but I just know that I'm gonna select to the north of this road because maybe the property I'm looking at is on the north side. So search, boom, 4 results. Okay, so wasn't 2, but I got 4. We've got some options here though. We've got 4 images and 4 data records. Well, we have 4 well logs. So data records is gonna be the Excel spreadsheet for things. So let's open that real fast. Hit agree, click through, and open the report. So this doesn't have all the information, right? It has when the well was completed. But the one thing that's missing on this report is the flow rate. So all I can get here is if I had like 20 well records, I could then highlight all of these, which is great. And I can get an average of the well depth for all of them. And assuming they're all fair game, right? Remember, we're not trying to pick places on top of a hill and the bottom of ravines. So in this case, we've got one pretty big outlier, which is 590 feet, and the rest are 120, 240, 280. Those are all pretty similar, but in this case, I might tell myself, right? I might tell myself, hey, look, best case scenario, I'm drilling to 120 feet deep, and that's pretty awesome. Worst case scenario, I'm going down to about 600 feet. And I can go call a well drilling company, get some quotes on, well, all right, based on my mean, or excuse me, my minimum, middle, max, you know, what kind of prices can I be expecting? And then I can weigh my options on my offer when I go to write it. So that's how I might look at that. Let's go to the physical copies of these well reports. I'm gonna click images, open, download, and I'm gonna open up the report. There we go. Alrighty, so here's the physical copy. We've got this one, like we saw before, 120 feet deep. Looks like this one was completed in 1996. So again, remember, so we see that, let's say we're buying this property, we see, okay, you know, it was drilled at 120 feet, that's pretty awesome. It was drilled in 96, and it has 30 gallons per minute. I like that, that's pretty good. 5 gallons per minute is kind of the minimum for me. Anything below that's kind of, you know, not awesome. And for lending standards, lenders usually like to see 5 or more. 30 gallons per minute is awesome in my book. So that's kind of up to you to decide if you're comfortable with that. So what I would do here though, let's say this was the property that we were looking to purchase and this was the well that was on it and it was done in 1996. You know, we would put in a well flow contingency into our offer, and if it came back at that 30 gallons per minute, boom, I'd say we're awesome. I think that's a very stable well. But if it came back at like 5, now we got a different story, right? You know, we have some decisions to make. So another thing on here is we got the static level. So we've got the surface, we've got the bottom of the well at, in this case, it was 120 feet, right? And the static is where the water pressure kind of pushes that water up. And in this case, from the very bottom, it pushes it up 50 feet. And so where the pump is at the bottom, where we've got 50 feet of play, where we're sucking water through that section. And in the meantime, it's refilling at 30 gallons per minute, right? So honestly, I don't have any concerns personally with a well like that. Go watch some YouTube videos on how wells work if you want to learn a bit more, call a well company. But let's jump over to the Oregon side now. It's going to be very similar. I'll post these links on how to get to these sites and you know where I share this video. So look at that in the comments or whatever. This one's Oregon.gov, and I usually go to the Water Resources Department. You could probably do a Google search for Oregon.gov, find a well report. This is the link we want, find a well report. And we're taken to a very similar page. I do map again. And both these websites are kind of clunky, so just kind of bear with it. Let's zoom into Mosier, and select some well reports. Let's say, and remember these blue dots are not accurate. Don't trust them. Come down to the blue button here. It says drag a box on the map to select. It's important, otherwise it's not going to work. Let's go ahead and just say, all right, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go right there and select this area. I know it's in kind of a valley there. I've got Mosier Creek and Dry Creek. Let's see what happens. So here we go. We've got 3 well reports, and this is different. This is not like the Washington website that's going to generate compiled reports. This is going to give you just every single report. So it's a little bit more legwork, but it's probably still better than nothing. So we can just click this well log here, well log here, well log here. And so then we just open them all and bam. So we start telling the story again. These reports look a little different each time. But this one says the proposed use was domestic, right? The method it was drilled with, some of the materials they found along the way, which is kind of cool. I've not seen one that said like T-Rex dinosaur yet. That would be pretty sweet. This one had 15 gallons per minute, and it was done in 1995. So that's kind of it, guys. So you just kind of go through here, and in this case, I might like open up a spreadsheet and I start typing in 12 gallons per minute, 15 gallons per minute, and so on and so forth. With the well report selection I made, and I'll just pull out the average and make my assessments that way based on how comfortable I feel with the area. Again, if there's a well on the property, I always advise buyers to do a well flow test as part of their contingency when buying the property, unless for some reason you're very comfortable with the well report and how they perform. All parts of things that we just need to talk about when we're submitting an offer. Anyways, we'll get rid of that. That's kind of it, guys. So that's how to find a well report in both Washington and Oregon. I think they're very helpful. They're not hard to do. As an agent, I offer that service for you guys, but just please remember that I have no way of knowing what a well will perform at any point in time. We do these flow tests for a reason, to give us pretty much an estimate of how it's going to operate, ideally for the coming years. But nothing's ever set in stone. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I continue to plan to do more like these. Let me know if you have questions. As I go through my daily life of real estate, I'm going to just be doing a little bit more videos like this, ideally covering common questions that keep occurring to me. So like this video, share this video, do all fun stuff. And until next time, I'm Brett Stomps with Winter Real Estate, right here in the Columbia River Gorge, signing off. So take care and enjoy yourself. Bye.